Tsunami Chavez, back and better than ever. Got another article for you people. This one's in Spokane though, so not Idaho. There's shit going on over here too. Don't fret. I started reading this article and then I started getting confused by it. The details are a little shaky. Cram 2, right? Man, these are fun for me to read over. Headline: Man who killed woman in Wandermere. Wandermere, that's up north. I used to work up there at the Fred Meyer up there. Not for Fred Meyer, but in it. In Wandermere for stealing purse, sentenced to 20 years in prison. That's purse prison, mind you. A 2-stack of 10s for stealing a purse. Now that can't... Oh, no, he killed the woman. It just says that right there. Jonathan Anderson, that's him. Keanu Reeves' younger brother. God, look at this gentleman's hair, though. You just want to... It looks like it's sliding off the side of his head. Does it not? You just want to move it over and fix it for the guy. Maybe, that's probably why he stole the purse, right? He saw that the woman had a comb or like a, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, look, I need this comb. My shit is falling over. Help. Why? Jonathan Anderson was arrested back in 2019 after killing Mary Hirsch in North Spokane, Washington. That's Washington with a capital R. Believe it. Again, Keanu Reeves' young half cousin. Spokane, Washington. Jonathan Anderson, who was arrested back in 2019 for a deadly drive-by shooting on Wandermere Road. Yo, this guy's trying to get his street cred up. Kind of backfired on him, pardon the pun. Has been sentenced to 20 years in prison. Anderson was accused of killing Misty Hirsch on July 9th, 2019. That's 3 days after 4th of July. Important to note, through witness statements, detectives learned that Misty Hirsch was with a friend and her boyfriend at Lowe's in North Spokane on the day of the shooting up on Division there. Anderson was sentenced to 240 months, which is 20 years, in prison by a Spokane County judge on November 15th, 2021. So he was sentenced 5 days ago. After pleading guilty to manslaughter, he pled guilty to manslaughter in the first degree. Witnesses told deputies the group, so Misty, her boyfriend, and her friend drove to Wandermere area because Hirsch said she wanted to show them something. She then turned around at Glencrest and began traveling south. She wanted to show them something. On Wandermere when the red Expedition sped up behind her vehicle. So, Keanu Anderson is in the red Expedition, speeding up behind her vehicle. Her slowed down and waved the vehicle by as the suspect fired gunshots. Heated, striking her in the fucking head, deputies said. The male passenger walked away before deputies arrived on scene. So that would have been her boyfriend. Walked away. Information obtained during interviews indicated Hirsch approached Anderson in the parking lot of a car wash near Lowe's before the shooting on July 7th. Deputy said she gave him a purse and said something to the effect of it being a mistake to take it. So she takes a purse that wasn't hers and then she gives it back to him? Is it his purse? Huh. Deputy said Hirsch then returned to her vehicle and drove away. Anderson then followed Hirsch, who tried to lose him, but was okay. So he's following her. She's trying to lose homeboy, but was unsuccessful. So dude's heated. He's like, no, we're not finished here. You gave me the purse, but there's still some beef. After his arrest, Anderson was charged with witness tampering September 2019. According to Spokane County Sheriff Corporal Mark Gregory, I don't ever trust anybody with two names, Mark Gregory. I'm left wondering, like what's going on here? Like, it's like an incomplete sentence, Mark Gregory. I don't like it. It's unsettling for me. A court order revoked Anderson's phone privileges, and detention staff took steps to prevent him from contacting a witness in the case. So he's locked up after his arrest. Right, okay. It's just weird that prisoners get phones. Are they monitoring like the usage? Like, how easy is it? Like, that's like really easy for you to like get drugs sent to they have phones. I don't know. It's kind of strange. Yeah, Gregory said detention staff searched Anderson's original cell and belongings for contraband or any activity that would violate jail policy. So he must have gotten in trouble for doing something. It's hard for him to stay focused. During the search, staff found a letter that appeared to be an attempt by Anderson to pressure a witness into changing their testimony, include steps the witness should take. Pressure how? This dude's sitting in the box. He must know people on the outside. Yo, I'm about to send, dude, you better change your story. You better switch it up, honey, because we're going to get at you. We know the Addy. Send the Addy, we're going to slide. This information was given to a detective, and he was later given a search warrant Friday for Anderson's property in person. You need a search warrant to search somebody who's in custody? In the prison? Shit's getting real breezy in jail these days. While executing the warrant, Gregory said a letter was located along with other evidence and seized. According to Gregory, the letter was written to Kay and mentioned that person's baby, mother, and boyfriend. Okay, so he's threatened the baby's life, the mother's life, and the boy's life. That's like 3 lives. Plus K, that's like 4. Detectives used information in the letter and was able to determine that K was a material witness. Heard. The letter told K to stop cooperating with investigators and to retract all prior statements to law enforcement that have anything to do with J.A. That's Anderson, Gregory said. It went on to say if K did this, the witness's name would be cleared of any snitch or rat label that J.A.'s drug gang has put onto you. So she's afraid of getting 6'9". K is cooperating potentially, and he's like, "Yo, like, do you really want that on your like you're gonna have papers after this? Do you really want the streets to know that you're out here Tekashi 6'9"ing people? Cause the gang's not gonna like that. The set, they're not gonna like that. Like, you're gonna be, which is potentially, they could, take her life. Again, the baby, the mother, the boyfriend. So I get it. Still messy. It continued noting, you will not make it to a trial situation unharmed. Okay, got it. And K will be silenced if necessary. So got it. So this dude's trying to protect. He's trying to slim some time off. Yo, you want to talk? You want to sing? We'll jug you. The letter noted K would receive a paid lawyer and a total of 50 bands cash for cooperation. It went on to cooperation meaning not snitching. He was going to give her 50 bands. So he's obviously in with some folks who got them notes, a drug gang. This is what gang members look like in Spokane. Take a real close look at this gentleman. This is this is the most feared in the streets of Spokane, apparently. Wandermere. 50 bands. It went on to pose the question, do you have the courage to do what's right for everyone, including yourself and your precious boy? Again, threatening, you can't. There's certain things that you don't fuck with people that make people do things that they wouldn't normally do. You don't fuck with people's money, and you don't fuck with people's family. Specifically, you don't fuck with people's kids. Once you start, you're crossing the line. Once you start doing shit like that and threatening threatening the bag, threatening the baby, all bets are off, man. People will do crazy shit to you or not do crazy shit because of you or for you. When someone, family, finances, it's like this is the bread and butter of our bread and butter. So again, this is the face of some of the gang. This is, a participant. And here's the thing too, it's like this whole snitching thing, it's like how many of you out there are really like street dudes or street from the streets? Like that's like street shit. Like this it's not the same as like tattletaling when you're a kid. Like I get that shit. Like we all hated the tattletale kid who fucking was just a teacher's pet. Like that's whack, son. But like this idea that you gotta abide by these street rules when you're not a street person is just like, what the fuck do you care, man? Like there are people out there though. I was watching an interview with like Vlad, and he was talking to it was a rapper, and he's like, so if somebody killed your mother, would you call the cops? He's like, no. And he's like laughing. He's like, why would I call the cops? Like, what are they going to do to help me? Like, this is ingrained. This is ingrained in the culture. And he's like, towards the end of it, when they're, moving on from that question, he's like, if someone kills my mom, they're dead. So he's like, we take things into our own hands. What the fuck are we gonna call the cops for? But this is a street dude. If you're a civilian, it's like, yo, they live by different rules, man. That's a different world. The chances are you don't want to be a part of it. What's this little video here? Pullman shooting near WSU leaves one dead. Football player. 2 minutes, 40 seconds. We're going to get through
developing
this.
Story. One man is dead and a WSU football player is in serious condition tonight after an overnight shooting on Pullman's College Hill. Pullman police have identified the two victims as Lieben Barr and Brandon Gray. Amanda Rowley shares what we know so far.
Leaving Bar, he sounds Irish.
Witnesses who were at the party near last night's shooting told me they were terrified and ran in all different directions after hearing the gunshots. Now, this all happened here on College Hill, and to give you an idea of where we're at, we're on the north side of Stadium Way, about less than half a mile northwest of Beasley Coliseum, and behind me is the Trinity Lutheran Church.
I was like right down that road, like just right there.
Akasha Gottschalk was in this College Hill neighborhood with a few friends last night when she heard several gunshots.
There was fighting up the street is what we saw, and I didn't really hear much of it, but then I just heard what really sounded like a lot of gunshots, and then everyone who was in this area just kind of ran.
Pullman police were called to the area for reports of a loud party with possibly 200 people. When they arrived, that's when they too heard the gunshots. They say two people were shot, and police have identified them as Lieben Barr, who died at the hospital, and Brandon Gray is in serious but stable condition.
thoughts and prayers are with him.
WSU head football coach Nick Rolovich confirmed in a press conference this afternoon Gray is one of his players. He is a redshirt sophomore wide receiver.
So much respect for this team for how they played. I know we didn't win. I know we weren't great, but for them to go out and play as hard as they did with the news they got this morning about their teammate, I think it's a tribute to their character. And
damn, son.
All we can do right now is pray for his family.
The news came as a shock to the team. They went into today's away game with heavy hearts.
When you see something in the news like that, you never expect it to be someone you know.
Facts.
You know, it's shocking and it's humbling to know that, you know, not every day is guaranteed.
This morning, Pullman police arrested 23-year-old George Melvin Harris III for his involvement in the shooting. He is charged with second-degree assault. It's not clear what prompted the shooting or if anyone else was involved. Washington State Patrol is on scene investigating and collecting evidence.
Man, I'll leave you guys with this. Pulling a trigger does not make you tough. Holding a gun in your hand does not make you tough. Now, if you're someone who likes to scrap and you're a fighter, like you can kick some ass. That's and you can hold your own. You know how to defend yourself. Respect. It takes just as much power to pull a trigger as it does to write your goddamn name. You know who's writing their name on paper? Third graders. You're not tough because you know how to pull the trigger, man. Like, that's not fucking cool, dude. You gotta shoot someone? For what? Foul, dude. Keanu Reeves' cousin, I wish you the best of luck. Let's get that hair over a little bit, though, son. Tsunami Chavez, I'm out. Subscribe to the channel. Share it with the friends. Like the video. Like the goddamn video, though. It's really simple, you know? Get me in the algorithm. Help a kid out, you know? Tsunami Chavez, I'm out. This many.